Mic check, mic check. All right. Get ready for a fantastic show. All right, speaker, Pick up, everyone. We're going live. There we go. Screen share. Really nice, quick shift. There it is. Ta-da. Welcome, everyone. Hi, I'm your host, Brother Raven, also known as Rap Raven. This is the Black Betterment Broadcast, and this is the 214th episode. That's quite a lot. So that's 214 episodes dedicated to finding solutions for Black people. This is the place where, let's so you know, every Friday, 10 p.m., you can come here to discuss solutions. It's what it is. It's the guarantee there. So that's what we do. So let's go through today's intro, as we normally do. Don't forget, tell a friend, we're live. Let's make sure I've sent that out. Yep, looks like I have. Cool. But tell a friend, you're live. A lot of people catch a show afterwards, and you can do that. But if you want to ask questions or really direct the direction of the show, it's good to listen live to this. Either jump in or give a message that we can follow suit. But we've got a very important topic today. So we're going to start as we normally start, and then we'll go to the topic. So don't forget to follow the Black Betterment Building Instagram. I'll just put that in there. I promote it week to week very poorly, but, it's there. There you go. Right, so we're going to start as we always start, and that is we're going to discuss the triple tragedies. And you're thinking, what is that? If you're new, the triple tragedies are white supremacy, anti-black racism, and the Ma'afa. Very, very tragic things there. Very tragic. Big up, brother, brother Leon. These are very tragic things, and unfortunately, these three mass tragedies, the triple tragedies, has contributed to the consistency of what we describe as a double dilemma. What is that? That is that we are despised and we are disorganized. Tragic, right? That's very hard. It's hard to maneuver when this is constantly around. So for those who don't know, now you know. We are despised and we are disorganized. There you go. So what is the single solution? I hear no one say. Well, it's Black Betterment. What is that for those who are new? It's a lifestyle of Black people continuously helping Black people. Is it? That's what it is. It's a lifestyle. And the idea is to promote that lifestyle on this broadcast and have influence everywhere we can. So that way we create a consistent idea and template that psychologically motivates Black people to fix Black issues. So sometimes we have to have codes and all that kind of stuff to get there. And that's why I have to talk about certain kind of topics and try to, refresh people's mind or reverse people's mind or rewire people's mind, just highlight truth so we can get a better collective cohesion when it comes to trying to solve this problem. All right. So we're going to send out the link. We have already. It's always, it is. There you go. But when we do, if you jump in, or even if you type, please remember the 4D values. Now, what are the 4D values I hear you say? They are discipline, dedication, dignity, and discernment. If you can remember these 4 things when you're trying to find solutions with Black people, it will make the interactions just that little bit more easier. Yes, sir. So don't forget that. That's discipline, dedication, dignity, and discernment. Now, where are we? All right, and also, if we cannot use any derogatory language, try to use descriptive languages. That way you'll minimize anxiety. I think there's a lot of trauma in Black people without either the front of the mind or the back of the mind, So you want to try to minimize triggering. Unfortunately, this topic we're discussing today, I suspect, will trigger many people. And that is conquered Black men intervention. We discussed ways to start a conversation to the higher levels of Black men who play no part in any form of Black Betterment. So to break that down, you tend to find that in the UK. We're going to focus on the UK, but it's a worldwide phenomenon. But UK is a good one because it generally is lacking in so many areas. You see general downscaling as years go by. And that is that Black people focusing on Black issues and trying to fix them isn't really trendy, isn't really something that people care about. And there's other things that's more interesting, or people are embarrassed or or don't want to rock the boat, or whatever it might be, right? But this is where it goes from that to generally either sabotaging or doing behavior patterns that doesn't work in Black people's best interest, going on TV and undermining, your own community, you're not supporting your own community, or just behaving in a way that is actually destructive to your own community. So we call this kind of behavior conquered. So if you're not really interested in constructively progressing the community or stand up for the community or doing anything of any nature that is beneficial to Black people, this is what we'll call you conquered. I was going to say especially men, but it's actually men and women, but we are focusing on men. But yeah, so that's what it is. So this is the conquered concept, right? Where someone is completely conquered, they're defeated, they're not going to participate in anything constructive. Anything, they're going to be against anything constructive. They might be self-sabotaging. We describe a self-sabotaging chip or switch that is inside every Black person's head, and just waiting to just go off whenever you hear constructive stuff about Black people. It is a sickness. Now, that is one topic, and the next topic is and this is a very important one. This one is a very sensitive topic, but we've spoken about it a few months back, but we talk about it again. And that is, when should Black women call the police on Black men? This is a strong statement. We discuss what destructive actions can turn Black men into pariahs. And so a pariah is outcast. That's what it means. So it's a bit more stronger than outcast. It means you're no longer under the protection of Black people. So let's just give it like a breakdown. Matter of fact, we'll come back to that because we usually do an intro. So let's do a round up net intro, and then we'll come to the two topics. So what we normally do is randomly on the internet, there's videos, and Rap Raven is going to give you a Black Betterment perspective of these videos. So it's just what we do while people get ready to come in. Let's see if I can find my videos. I downloaded it. All right, where are we? All right, so let's quick update. Let's do this one. And this actually correlates. This actually correlates with I guess being conquered, or when should Black men call police? But it's a random video, but some of the things are connected anyway that we're going to go through. So I think last week we were covering is a Colombian-born British Black based comedian. I guess he tells jokes, and unfortunately, I don't know much of the story, but he was in Australia, a very interesting country to be in, very interesting country, a very interesting history. But he was there, and I think something happened in the hotel. I don't know if it was alleged assault or something like this. I'm not too sure if the woman was a girlfriend or a fan, or some might even say someone who works in the sex industry. I don't know, so don't quote me on anything. But I think this sister came out, and I think she's trying to offer further information. So listen, because we did cover this, I think it was last week, or maybe it was the week before. Everything seems to be merged in one for me at the moment. I think it was last week, but I could be wrong. So let's see what she says, just to follow up, because we like to follow up just so we can, know. Let's go.
Who this female is. So everyone's like, who is this mysterious female? This mysterious female is Miss Emma Burns.
I don't know who that is, but maybe the trendy people will know who that is. Is that a sister? Is that a European? Is that a non-Black woman? I have no idea. You would know. Let me know.
The one and only stripper and sex worker. Round of applause for Miss Emma Burns. Ya sharmuta. So, why am I so annoyed? It's because Emma Burns' friends have come out and they have exposed her. Emma went to the hotel with young Philly, and they both had a mutual agreement. When you have a mutual agreement, babes, it's consensual. So there's no rape there. It is consensual. Yes, if they, take it a bit further and stuff, then, okay, yeah, it is a bit too much and charges can be.
Okay, I've Googled the name Emma Burns, and I got old women and stuff. I suspect that wasn't his thing. Could be wrong. You never know. And, there's nothing wrong, I guess. Well, I guess so. But I put his name after it, and then I've got a more model-esque, younger-looking woman, and she's definitely European. So it looks like, if it is true, this gentleman was with a European woman doing whatever he was doing. I'm not doing.
Pressed, but it was a mutual agreement. Emma Burns had then texted her friends and said one of her friends, and told her friend how much of a good time she really had and that she was ready to go home. Could her friend book her an Uber? Remember that. Her friend should book her the Uber, but she's a stripper. Please remember these two things, okay? Because we're going to be very logic here. Her friend should book her the Uber, When her friend was going to book her the Uber, she then told her friend, oh, actually, I don't need it anymore. That doesn't sound like someone who's Emma. That sounds like someone who's having a goddamn good time. A goddamn good time. Because if you were being you are in a hotel where there are hundreds of people on the same level. You could scream. You could text a friend because it seems your phone was working really fine, Miss Ma'ams. You could run down to reception and tell reception to call the police if your life was at any danger or there was any threat of your safety. Those are 3 things you could have done. Screaming would have probably been the best one, because I can guarantee you there would have been someone next door, because we know how hotels in Australia is booked, packed and busy. Okay. Emma, you are a worker. You are also a stripper. There is nothing wrong with that, because if I could shake my ass and get a little coin, I will too. So I am not bashing you for that in any way, shape or form, Emma.
I recommend you don't do that. Maybe try to find learn a trade, that kind of stuff. But you know.
But it's pretty obvious your stripping career isn't taking you anywhere.
Now, I haven't seen this video, but I mean, it seems quite long. So anyway, this sister is saying that there's something fishy at work. Well, if you want, we could come back to it. But this is just an update from last week. So she looks like she's going to go off on one. But you know, we're still going to wait for the evidence. And maybe this might even correlate in the second topic of should black women call the police on black men. That's an interesting thing. What's the next one? Hold on. Random video. Shame into a vote. So yeah, there's a quick update of what's going on in the States. This might be interesting. If you don't know, there's a presidential election in the States, and there's a Kamala, which is a lady of Indian, Jamaican descent, and I think she's now she's marketed as a black woman, and I think they're using it as a campaign to get black people to vote for her. But I think they got like Obama to come out and shame black men who doesn't vote. I think the Black Betterment perspective on this is, when it comes to political stuff, I strongly recommend you don't necessarily have affiliations to parties, more so policies, and the policies are black specific. So that way, politicians have to earn, your vote by delivering stuff. And I think for all over the land, all over in the diaspora and places, there's always found a way how to please black people without delivering anything. I think with Kamala, I think one of the issues she might have had is she openly said that she would never make a policy if it just helps black people. But she has done policies that just help homosexuals, Asian people, and other groups. So this is why maybe certain black community will not best pleased. I think this we might be talking about, so let's have a sneak peek.
Remember that they keep ramming down our throats that, you know, if we don't vote for the lesser of 2 evils, we're somehow betraying something, right? And the lesser of 2 evils keeps getting eviler and eviler. And we feel like, or we're indoctrinated to believe that, okay, I like Dr. West always says, get off the plantation, right? It's the same logic as saying I would rather have a gentler slave master. No, I don't want to have a gentler slave master. I want to be free. I want to be free. I demand freedom. And then third,
interesting there. So yeah, you do find that when it comes to politics and black people all over the world, it is pick the lesser of 2 evils, and I think it's a good idea for having strategies to force the politicians to do something for you. And yes, you can say, well, maybe this guy might be more scarier. If you don't want him to get in power, give us what we want. That might be a good tactic. But they're going to keep shaming black people. But that's not your views. And I think they try to say that they don't like Kamala because she's a woman. I can't see. I mean, I can't see that being a thing, but maybe you know more than me. I mean, I think it really comes down to those policies. I think if it was a black woman, especially married to a black man, which unfortunately she's not, I think that would be a good marketing thing that black men could get behind, but I don't think that's the case. But either way, that's it. My next video, quick thing. So this is thing going on. It doesn't get too graphic, but now I haven't got the video captions, but I think what happened is some accident happened in this Asian company, Chinese, I would say. And I think they did some kind of tragic mistake where, unfortunately, much land, and maybe some people were critically injured. And I think that they've caught them and tried to bring them out, but the people are coming to hit them. So yeah, it looks like they're not best pleased. That's probably the crime, to be honest. It's like the negligence of how they did the site or whatever. So a lot of damage was done and people injured, and I think some might pass, which is probably why they're not happy with it. So there's a lot of shouting, but what I didn't notice is I think the follow-up video, which was interesting. Let me see if I can find it. In the follow-up. So yeah, if people are coming in doing the poor work and all that kind of stuff, you want to hold them account. You definitely no one gets away with it. But I didn't notice that I think the second video, which is this. I think they've all got them there, like, you know, and I think there's some black people involved, maybe. I don't know. But what they're noticing is that all the people from Ghana are all on the floor, and all the people from Chinese are on the seat. Could be wrong. You know, sometimes you read too much of stuff. But unfortunately, what just happened in Africa as well is, it's just black people in general, but Africa we use it as a case study. There's that unconscious bias that happens where, you know, others are better. I saw another video just similar, different but similar. And where is it? Let's see, black woman. What's this one? Got so many videos. My God. Where are you? African love white. Here we go. That's the one. I should name these things better. So, I mean, forgive me all the kissing and stuff. So what happens is, I just noticed the label. It says, beautiful white woman finally meets her long-time Ghanaian boyfriend. I think it's a Ghanaian site I follow. First of all, this woman isn't even white. I think she might be maybe some kind of Latin or something like this, or whatever. As in, maybe, I don't know if she qualifies as white, but anyway.
Oh, wow.
And it's just them kissing all day, but it's just the fact that they labeled it beautiful white woman finally meets her long time ago. I don't know why they would use that, beautiful white woman. Once again, I'm reaching, but it's the psychology we're dealing with. I could have just said beautiful woman, or, you know, he could have married a woman from Ghana. Either way, but it's just he might be someone of some kind of status over there. I don't know. You know, you know more than me. But once again, we're talking about the psychology, how people think, and we definitely want to break anything. Some things might seem slight, but, you know, slight adds up. Before you know it, black men are not marrying black women and not starting businesses and not looking after their children. So you got to work it out.
I would date them.
All right, what else? So what are we gonna do? Another thing I was talking about, speaking of the whole black love thing, is the whole pondering. See a lot of that going on. So what's this one? So I actually, you know what? Let me read. So let me see if I can find. I'm gonna play. We played this last week. Let me see if I can find the talk. Hold on. We played this last week, right? Interesting. Since
I say this, dear black women, I just wanted to say, you're amazing. I love you so much. You're incredible. Honestly, how do you do it? You freaking shine everywhere you go. You are twice exceptional. You are incredible, okay? I admire you. I love you. I wish I could be black. Then I could have lips, and I could actually have an ass. And I can actually go out in the sun without a hat and glasses and cover up and sunscreen. And my hair, oh my God, all the things I could do with my hair. Oh my God. You two black women, you do the most beautiful things.
10 points to Brother Dominic. He understands codified behavior. And I've written this in her group. Whenever you get the pondering of Europeans, and we're going to highlight black men's reactions and black women as well. But, you know, the question we should be asking when they're saying, I want, you know, I love you, I love you, I love you, is what's your views on reparations? So that shows you the extent of the love. But also, you start entering the kind of fetish kind of world, like I love your lips, your legs, or but what it is, this kind of stuff. This isn't a flex. This isn't something that we should be glorifying. Whatever. There was a brother who came on the show. Good debate. He came on, and I remember when we started talking about Black stuff. I think his connection left the site. But he posted this, so he saw this video and he posted it, and so I read this. Let me talk. So I'll just read what I wrote. So I said, "We are easy to please. That's why we were conquered so quickly. Ask her, does she support reparations?" There you go. And then he jumped in, bro. It's not that deep. Not every white person is your enemy. So this is a black man. You know, black man is what he says, and you know. So and then he jumped in again and said, "But yes, that is the question I ask a lot of white people. the so-called woke ones, a lot of them don't support it, but a lot of black people don't as well. So you say, oh, you know, and remember, when I'm asking about reparations, I'm not talking in the sense that I think that anyone's going to give it or even we deserve it, which we do, but that's not the question. What we're using strategy to highlight a person's motive or where they really are. Because you got to understand, so conquered are our people that if any non-black person goes on the TV and says, you're the best, give 2 days to have a statue, and 3 days they'll have a bank account set up just for them, and after 7 days they'll be the president of a country. So what I'm saying is that's the level of low self-esteem, unfortunately. Now, you know, so I then jumped in and said, we're here to teach our people code. These type of videos show how weak we are. We will not see none of these people saying anything about reparations or dismantling white supremacy. No black person has successfully shown me a reason to come off code. Remember, write this down. Black people will remain collectively inadequate if we don't practice black betterment. And then I jumped in for the second time. I said, black people are conquered people. White people are conquering people. White people conquered black people. Black people haven't recovered from being conquered by white people. My job is to remind our men this because we have little to no consistency. Ask these people who make these videos their views on reparations. Remember, so I'm showing that this is a codified way to do things. Whenever they say these kind of stuff, ask them, what are your views on reparations? If you jump on the video and they say, look, I've got a fantastic white wife or whatever it is, and look at my beautiful kids, go, what is your wife's views on reparations? Very important. And now there's a people saying good, but the brother jumped in and said, how are you teaching our people code? And this is now where what's going to happen is they're going to try to go somewhere else. Now, how are you now teaching our people code? By being in comments, sorry, but you're just being rude now. You don't even post or spread awareness. Interesting. If you paint every white person with the same brush, you're just as worse as Tommy painting every Muslim with the same brush. So that happens again a lot. So you get black people where they'll try to interject Hitler and other racist people, and Tommy Robinson, whatever it might be, whenever you try to help your people, right? And then the brother carried on saying, your last post was in 2023. The little laughing emoji, ha he. And then never see you push reparations like me. I don't even see you on the ground, just in comments. Crazy. Where is your content on the matter? Kiss my teeth. Coming on my page with your mystical pro-blackness. I spread the uplift 1,000 times more than you. You're just saying nice stuff. Now, this is something I get a lot. The truth is, this brother, I came across him because he approached me, and he's been on the show before, and we want goodness to happen to him, and he has to know he's loved. But this brother, I met him in an event that I was invited to speak, and he met me and he came and said something, and it was a Brother Jedi's event. And in that Jedi event, it was myself and a sister called Sister Afua, who were probably the most pro-black in that event that he was watching me speaking, right? So maybe he's forgotten, but that's his freedom to forget, right? And I suspect he doesn't know people in the scene, because if he did and he said my name, I suspect I would have worked with them for many years. But people, they can take what they want on the comment section, but he has to know he's loved. Anyway, my work, so obviously I now have to jump in. I say my work is in companies and offering consistency, a consistent place for our people to communicate. That's what this is, by the way. The ideology I promote tells me if you can't collaborate with black people, compete with them to see which one can be more useful to our people. Let me pause it there. Let me break that down for the listeners. Whenever you try to help black people, you're going to get a lot of brothers and sisters who are not best pleased with you. They're going to be, and they're going to throw couches and stuff, right? So what I would say is there's two things. You can either collaborate, meaning you and this other people help 2 million, or you can compete with them and you help 1 million, they help 1 million, and hopefully the anger and rage they have is motivating them to keep on helping with your face right. Your face is burnt into their retina, like, oh, I'm gonna really beat that Raven. So that way, even though we're competing, it's all love because black people win at the end of it. That's what I recommend whenever it comes down to whether you should collaborate or compete. You never want to fight or anything like that. You always want to be kind. Where are we? Where was I? When you don't rude. Ideology promote tells black people compete with them. All right, here we go. People, I'm not being rude. I'm being right. Write that down. Yeah, I don't know I don't know you're off code, so I'm being a brother and telling you. Okay. When any non-black person does activities to confuse our community, I highlight it. Remember, brother, my understanding is most black men in the UK are conquered. Oh, they're important word. Completely. And I will spend more of their and they will spend more of their time defending non-black people. You are demonstrating that with your words and pathology. I'm happy to set up a reasoning talk with you to demonstrate this. But remember, I love black people more than most, and my consistent action demonstrates this. So I'm going to put up a little challenge, see if he bites, that kind of stuff. Then obviously I follow up. I'm more than happy to highlight who I am in the community by my past work. We can do a talk this Friday about how best to operate to help black people in the UK and world. Let me know if you're ready for such an important reasoning discussion. I'm always happy to help our community understand what Black Betterment is. And what does he say? He says, bro, you need to post more and push your message with your content. I've got some ideas for you to get your message across. So he kind of changed his tune now. Now he's gone on like more of a collaborative kind of thing, which is nice. Maybe the words resonated, or maybe he didn't want to discuss it live. It happens. And then obviously I said, I'm happy to work with anyone on a constructive level, but I'm always happy to discuss the importance of code and why it's important for only focus on black in all things. You're welcome to jump on to talk any ideas you have. So, brother, you're always welcome to come back. And like I said, I'll call that any brother, no matter where you're from. If I think that the actions they do isn't in the best interest of black people, there you go. So, back to the pondering. So, obviously, this pandering is not the end. Oh, what's the thing on there? Video. I'll get rid of the thing. Let's see if we find another one. Black men, I love you. Is it this one? Yeah. So once again, I came across this same kind of thing.
Tonight, God's going to visit your house with miracles. So make sure you claim it. It's coming.
So this woman, another European woman, she makes a whole lot of like uplifting black men kind of thing. And once again, black men there, love you, love you, love you, and then some go, you're better than white black women, whatever. There's going off on one because they're not trained on code, and it's easy to please because when you're a conquered people that with 7,000 years you've been called ugly, when someone calls you pretty, wait, give you all my money, that kind of stuff. So you need to be trained. I think there's one more before we jump on. We're going to spend just a few more times on the intro. Where is it? Where are you? Dear black woman, dear black man, I love you. Ignorant. What's this? Oh, this is important. This is from this is important as well. This is from brother Neely Jr. Fuller. We should be playing these videos every week. What a good man. Let's have a listen to him.
Racism are the victims.
Okay.
This is why they haven't overcome it. Black people do not have racism as their priority and wake up every morning thinking about how they're going to get rid of racism. The average black person on the planet wakes up in the morning thinking about what? Well, they may be thinking about a lot of things, but they're not thinking about getting rid of racism. And that's what exactly every black person on this planet should wake up in the morning thinking about and go to bed thinking about each and every day with each and every breath that he or she takes. But we got every kind of nonsensical priority other than that.
Okay.
Yet we complain about our condition. And that is the reason we're in this condition.
Big up brother Neely Jr. fully up there. Neely Fuller Jr. Neely Fuller Jr. there. Very important brother there. Really top guy. He's made the code compensatory book. I actually have it. I had to get a friend to fly to Washington to get it. We need to sort out distribution and help that out. Very good, important book. Tells you how to operate under the system of white supremacy. But he's right. And Black Betterment is a continuation of that concept. As in, if we're going to deal with racism, then we're going to have to be organized and disciplined. And that's Black Betterment is a lifestyle to make you do that. So that's why we have to call out certain things because unfortunately our people do not know. No, sir. There you go. What else we got? I'm going to play one more thing. Then I'll jump. Is there anything else that's worth anything? Oh, this is important. It was always good to see his brother. One of the most important brothers in say this.
I don't go on them, brother, because the movies that the black people make are belittling. They're not good. The movies that they allow black people to make is a big trick bag, and the rest of them don't see it. So movies like the title, Cotton Come to Harlem, Nigger Charlie, Cleopatra Jones, what's this judo pitch out now? Black judo pitcher called Judo Jones or something. Movies like all kind of movies showing prostitution, showing dope, Negroes in Cadillacs. They don't make movies. I'm not gonna make a movie until it's like Charlton Heston.
Okay, good. There's the end of that. Here's a question for Joe.
All right, what I'm going to do as well, that brother Neely Fuller, and big up the brothers who's got his books already. I'm going to put, he's got some long name book. So this is the name of his book. Go Google it. And also, this is a link to it on Amazon. But you want to buy it from any black bookstores first, if you can. But if you can't buy it from a black vendor on, I suspect all of them are black on, I'd like to think so, on Amazon. I think he was the only people selling his book. Very good book. But if you can't, but while you're doing that, Google him on YouTube and listen to. There's some brothers animating all his voices. I think we recommend as well taking good speeches and animate it, make it entertaining, so you can put it on TikTok and this kind of stuff. And we just saw that there. So big up that. Anyway, where are we now? Is there any more? Oh, sorry. Let me give you the. That was brother Muhammad Ali talking about back in the day. There was no It was very hard for black people to get any kind of like, directing roles or writing roles, and there would always have to be like the kind of token person in the movie for comedy relief or whatever it was, right? And I think that round about the late 60s, early 70s is when there was like a booming of like giving budgets and to black people, and what they did in America was a lot of the topics were based around like action and pimps and drug dealers and other kind of different stuff as well, but that was like a prominent one. And obviously the brother Muhammad he's connected to the Nation of Islam. They're well trained in seeing concept that doesn't work in the black people's best interest. So back in 1974 he called out, and that's important. It's okay to have that stuff if there's a balance, but if because if you're trying to show a certain lifestyle, maybe I guess. But you want to have a balance. If everything you release is of a negative nature, then it doesn't really help the scene, especially when you have limited kind of access to what you can and can't do and what you can promote. And that's why we talk about music as well, trying to get a better balance on that. All right, cool. Boom, boom, boom. Now, where are we? I think, is there any more I should play? Just move on to the actual show. Right. So I'm going to move up to the show. I'm sure there's stuff there, but, if you've got time at the end, I'll jump back. I will probably do a short show today. I don't think I can do that. I'm thinking after I play some of this stuff, it'll probably be quite a lot. So we should be done within 2 hours, unless people jump in, or even within an hour and a half or less. So tell a friend we're live. Now's your chance to shape the show. But we're going to go back to the topics at hand. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. So conquered black men intervention. So I mean, I'm just thinking of a concept where, that's just like with the message I just read out. Even black men who feel that they're constructive or they feel that they are in the kind of pro-black kind of era, there's so many miles behind them. What it is you've got to understand that, and I'm not saying this to be controversial, or maybe I am. Yeah, a lot of these rappers and road guys and black people here and there, what it is their minds have been rewired in a funny way. So when they talk to someone like me, and if you listen to some of the guys who jump on the show, they say the same thing. They'll say something like, well, I can tell you don't like white people. I don't know whether I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know why you said that, but that shows me that there's white people in their mind for some reason. And then, and then that already puts me in some kind of negative, I guess. But what they have to understand is unfortunately, these brothers, a lot of them have had, when they start speaking their lives, they have done so much more devastating things than I've done, if anything, right? And but that is fine. That's fine. Like the fact that they might have done terrible stuff to people in the community and have a history of doing this kind of stuff, whatever, that's fine, whatever. But I am the person because they feel that I don't like white people, and they feel I don't like white people because I tell black people we have to do for self. So this is what I'm saying by being conquered. You see? So when you have an intervention, they're going to run. Now I'm trying to. So those who don't know what intervention is, I mean, I guess it's more of a metaphor in the sense of that, but. Here's a video of people trying to get people to an intervention. Where is it? It should be here. There we go. It's one of these. No, arrested crime. Nope. Where's the thing, man? Oh, wait a minute. Man-arrested connection. Crime in the UK Wales. Did it not download? Maybe I didn't. You know what? If I didn't download it, shame on me twice. Let me see if I download it. Hold on. Download. Hold on, give me 17 seconds, family. 17. I probably didn't download them. Oh, too lazy. Shame on me. No, what are you gonna do? So basically, it was just a video of people running from the intervention, and that's because it can really, the intervention are normally used for people on drugs, alcoholic, and their family coming to really discuss and saying what you're doing that isn't cool, isn't it's destroying the family, blah 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 blah, and I think that's the kind of response we're going to get if you have to bring up some of these kind of topics to black people, or black men, I should say. But anyway, we're now going to go to the more pressing topic. This is the one that we have to go slow for because it is a hard one, and that is, when should black women call the police on black men? This is a very shocking thing because throughout the years, they've always saying that community stuff, keeping the community, and a lot of black women are highly intelligent, and they are aware that unfortunately there was a history of abuse on black men, and you might call up the police on a black man who's doing one slight thing and he ends up dead. While if it was another group, maybe not so much. And this happens all over the world in different ways. So a lot of intelligent black women are like, well, I don't want to contribute to the demise of the brothers, and that kindness is there. And I think as a community, we need to be very clear on how far that amazing concept should go. Because unfortunately, we have had people where they're talking about, well, you shouldn't really tell the police, maybe tell brothers and kind of fathers, but not all people have that kind of family. And also the nature of the threat, or the nature of the person who's attacking you or making your life a misery, whatever it is, you don't necessarily know if you have the family to get involved to stop that, right? You don't know the level of violence or whatever it might be, right? So what I'm going to show some videos. This is first let me show you, what's this one? Nah. So this so I hope it doesn't get flagged with it, but this was something we covered before. This is based in America. But let's look at this story and see if we can work out, should this be a pariah or should we protect this kind of stuff?
Heinous attack caught on camera in Harlem. Police have made an arrest in the case. Welcome back here. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. A woman was brutally attacked by a group of men outside a liquor store after she says she declined an offer to pay for the bottle of wine.
Police say one of the suspects is in custody after they arrested him in another case. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner has the story.
The scars from January 18th sent shockwaves throughout Harlem and beyond after CBS 2 told the story of a 31-year-old woman chased, kicked, and aggressively bitten outside a liquor store on West 128th Street. Surveillance video we obtained showed it happened just after she had walked inside alone to buy a bottle of wine. And she says the man in red, who police say is 22-year-old Tyrone Cooper, offered to pay. She told us,
I politely declined and I said, no thank you, but thank you. Could pay for it myself. And I got ready to walk out. And before I walk out, he basically said that he felt like I thought that I was better than them.
So that was from there. So I think what happened is a sister came in to buy wine. She probably should buy water or something, but she bought wine. And there was guys there, and I think that one offered to pay for a drink. Normally that's probably because he fancies her or he wants to have intimate relations with her, usually. But then once again, the low self-esteem came through, because when she said no, she said she was deliberately being kind. He was offended or he wanted to be offended, and he says, do you think you're better than me? This highlights low self-esteem. When someone's mind processes information that way, that's what you're dealing with. So yes, there's a historical reason why so many black men have low self-esteem, and how they interact with people just is completely off tilt, right? But anyway, let's carry on.
Cooper was taken into police custody Sunday for a separate incident. He appeared in Brooklyn criminal court Tuesday for allegedly choking and punching his girlfriend at this apartment building on 51st Street in East Flatbush. Sources say she told police Cooper misunderstood something she said. The judge ordered him be held on $3,000 bail.
So what's happening? He's with another woman. They live together, I assume. She said something and he misheard apparently. And then he strangled and beat her. So he was going to court for that crime. And like I said, if a man is willing to attack, bite, beat up a woman in public, because he's trying to advance on her, he's trying to say, I find you attractive, I want to have relations with you, and then within 7 seconds he can then attack her, then obviously she's getting the vibe that this man cannot be a provider or protector, because within 7 seconds of me saying no or I'm okay, you're attacking me. So, but what we find is if a man is willing to do such things, then the chance that he has a history of attacking women, or just people in general, but more so women, you tend to find. And as you can see, he was in court already for one attack. Let's carry on listening.
Sources tell us that Cooper is now being brought here to the 32nd precinct in Harlem for charges related to the liquor store attack. But complaints from Manhattan and Brooklyn show he's been arrested several times before for other assaults.
There needs to be some penalties, and he needs to be arrested and not back out on these streets. He needs to do some time.
In Brooklyn last May, it's at the Clark Street subway station that Cooper allegedly asked someone for money, punched them in the face, and pushed them to the ground. He also faces charges of gang assault, menacing, and harassment in connection to a slashing at the Church Street station last year. And he's accused of stealing MTA gate keys at the Park Avenue South station. Now that Cooper is in police custody, the victim of the Harlem attack posted on Instagram, "I couldn't and still can't understand why so much rage." She pointed out that 2 other suspects in her attack have still not been caught and said, "I'm healing well and continuing to appreciate life as it is. 1 down, 2 to go." In Harlem, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
And as for the prior arrest, Cooper's lawyer said he had been complying with check-ins for supervised release and pleaded that he not be sent to Rikers because he has asthma. The judge denied that request, saying the defendant's behavior was disturbing.
So that's very interesting. Once again, the man said, please don't send me to Rikers Island because I have asthma. This is what I'm saying about the low self-esteem and somewhat cowardice. And I've seen this so many times. We passed where these men who can attack with people, or when they have weapons, they're very strong. When you put them in an actual scenario where they can test their strength with men, there's fear. There's fear. And that's what I'm saying. But like I said, even a coward with a bazooka can do damage. And this is what we're dealing with. So the question is, how do you deal with such people in the community? Now, big up the community. Is it Harlem? I can't remember what it was. Because a lot of the men came out and went to the store. And they were there looking for the guy, and they were there standing outside and doing what they're doing. So those men, 10 points to them, and we covered that in the video. And we need more of that kind of stuff, right? But either or, what should a woman do? So if a woman, now the girlfriend is being beat up by this man. He clearly has some kind of rage issues, so much so that he's obviously trying to have another woman, and then how he's trying to allure her, it seems to be by beating her up or buying her wine, and then her freeze. This is a man who has male friends now. So you have a man who has male friends. He has a wife or a girlfriend. He beats her up. Raven, a certain white lady paid for the green tea, and this is Hackney's store in the queue. Maybe I read that wrong. Let me know what that means. I'm probably reading it wrong. 1,000 apologies, man. That's just code language. What I was saying is, yeah, so you have this gentleman here. He's already beat up people in the past. He's attacking a lot of black people, women particularly. He tries to approach a woman. He then beats and punches and bites her. He has 2 other friends join in. A woman, a mother, who's going to the store to buy wine. He's attacking her because she declined him, and then she believes that she's better than him. So that woman, what does she do to defend herself? Is she permitted to call the police? Should we as a community try to say that no, sisters, he's being brought up in a bad environment, the police will probably treat him bad, let us try to deal with it? Or should we say no, once you do certain things you become a pariah, meaning whatever happens to you happens to you, you no longer have the protection of the black community? And that's what we're discussing here. That is what we're discussing here today. Very important topic. I know it's quite controversial in certain circles, but let us remember, we want black men to provide and protect women and children. So once they start beating up women and children, they're kind of like, it's like an automatic F. What's it? Is this the one? This is moment of crime in England. What's this one? We also covered this story in England. Very dramatic music there.
Right then, folks, so in our first clip today, a lady is harassed by a male at a train station. She politely tells him to F off, but he doesn't take no for an answer. The male is seen crossing over the tracks and then getting up on the platform and then threatening the lady that he will steal her phone if she doesn't speak to him. Check this out.
Can you leave me alone? Can you leave me? Excuse me? Can you help me, please? Can you leave me the fuck alone? Can you leave me the fuck alone? Back the fuck up. You just jumped across the tracks to come and chat to me. Go back to your stuff. What do you mean? Stay away from me, bro. No, I don't want to chat to you. Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't want to chat.
Are they beeping at the swearers but still playing it? Is that a technique?
I don't know you from anywhere. Fuck off. I'll follow you though. Go away. What is wrong with you? I'll follow you though. What is wrong with you? If you act up, I'll follow you. What?
So the young, or the man, the boy, I don't know, is threatening that if, once again, that low self-esteem and you know, unaware of his surroundings, he's trying to woo a woman, trying to show that I am going to be the best provider and protector for you by not providing, not protecting, actually making you fearful, you see? And this is what I'm saying about intelligence and learning and self-esteem. We need to build it in the men, let them know that, you know, at a certain age, they become a threat. The police know that. That's why they kill so many of us. But you need to know that, right?
What is wrong with you?
Okay, let me say my part.
You've just jumped.
Okay, let me say my part then.
What's your part?
I don't know why you're acting like that.
Bro, go away. I don't.
He gave him a chance. Obviously, this was a very peculiar situation where he's trying to get this woman to be his lover. And, you know, it's like it's coming in such an odd circumstance that how is he going to really shoot his shot? It's, you know, and we don't want our sisters and daughters and family members to go through this. But the question is, what should we do? Like, is it, you know, now he is threatening at the moment. I think let's say over.
I want to know you.
No, let me know.
I don't want to know you. Can you go away, please? Can you fuck off? Fuck off. Fuck off. Go away. Go away.
So now he's threatening to steal her phone.
You're not going to take my shit. Fuck off.
This is a distraction theft taking place recently in Leeds.
I think. Oh, so is that, okay. That must be the video. Okay, I think he's just going through crimes. Cool. Anyway, so well, there you go. So yeah, so that happened. You know, what you know, how should the sisters react to that? And we're gonna end with one more video. This is like a olden kind of video. So there was a rapper or grime guy. I remember years ago because there's a few grime guys going to jail for rape, sexual assault, whatever you like to say on the internet. Or alleged, you know, but this is what we're trying to discuss. I think this was one of them. He came on a show, is it RTS, talking, but this was in prison. So this was him years ago explaining his scenario.
Round where the bugs are, gully, catch me with a tugser. I create vibes, I must put your exclusive.
Alright, boom. Okay, let me get into this. I know everyone wants to know what's going on with me and what happened with my case. So boom, I'm gonna break it down, you get me? Cause I know a lot of people are in doubt. Even my own brethren can't went guilty. So boom, let me break it down. Obviously, I try to rob the woman, and I ain't trying to justify it by saying that because robbing's wrong. But boy, we do what we do for money, and that's what I used to do, you get me?
The content, this is a rapper, a grime guy from, I don't know if he's Southeast, I don't know. Right? And what happened, this was, I mean, you could tell by the footage on the side, it was back 10 years or whatever ago, 2015, something, when he was younger. And what he's saying, allegedly, he's saying that he saw a woman and wanted to rob her. But he agreed to sexual assault, which is why he got a few 8 to 10 years. So that's what he agreed to. And people go, well, if that's what you did, why would you agree to a crime you didn't do? And I think he's trying to justify why he would do that.
Hard out there. But boom, man come back from a rave, me, Squeaks, Stacks and Skelly. They dropped me off in Kilburn. I went to the liquor shop, I see this woman by a train station. I tried to rob her, she put up a little fight. So I got on my bike and I rolled off. A few weeks or so down the line, I'm getting arrested for attempted rape. I got interviewed, and then my first interview I said I weren't there. I got interviewed again, second time, and they showed me the CCTV footage. And all you see is me drag the woman, push her against the wall, throw her to the floor, then I run off on my bike. So boy, don't believe everything you read about about me in the paper because, you know.
So two dynamics. There's a man. I don't know who this woman with her background, but here's a man he's saying he's trying to rob a woman. They're saying he's trying to sexual assault. Both of these actions, I'm asking, what are we to do? So are we to protect such behavior, or should certain behaviors be a pariah behavior, meaning that once you do this, you're no longer protected by the community and everyone, you're shunned, So let's carry on listening before we go.
I'm trying to take down my genes. So let me explain why I went guilty. I went guilty because me being a black man in a court with a white Jew.
That's another thing. A lot of these rappers, we say, they talk about the black thing, the white thing, but there's none of that black thing or white thing in the music, and a lot of them marry European women. So it's this is what I'm saying about that kind of conquered and inadequacy that we need to deal with, and that's why we need to educate them on Black Betterment.
No offense, with me on camera grabbing up a female, it's not a good look. I could have said, look, I just tried to rob the woman, but where I've just come out of jail, I came out of jail in 08 January for robbery. Anything about another robbery, I thought straight away I'm going to get an IDP. So I might have still got found guilty anyway, even if they do accept it. So boom, anyway, it was a catch-22. So I just said, fuck it, I bit my tongue and I went guilty. But my son was born November the 12th, you know me, a month after I went in jail. So really think about it and think, why would I miss my son being born for some sex when I got girls all over that I link and I could just go brothel if worse come to the worst, you get me? Think about it. But boom, it could have been worse. A lot of my friends are doing life for murder or big biz for stupidness. So boy, that's the route I was on, but hopefully I come out a stronger and better person. So don't believe everything you hear, you get me? Because people just love to chat.
Yeah, so that's the rapper there, the grime guy, and the reason why I think a couple months back he appeared on this show. Where is it? What we're discussing, family, those are joining, is when should black women call the police on black men? When do black men become pariahs in the community? Because obviously we understand that many black people, and black men in particular, do catch hell from the system, but and that means some sisters are graceful in not wanting to get them arrested or ring the police. But is there a limit to that generosity, that kindness? Where's this thing, man? Since this hopefully doesn't get flagged by a there you go.
Start chronic in it.
Everyone says something about something.
Don't say the word.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Bro, man.
So now he's basically saying he don't rate what you do.
So you've never been jail for Harry. You've never been jail for Harry. Have you been jail for Harry?
No, it was basically attempt. So there was no
attempted
Harry.
essay.
Yeah, there was no intercourse.
Right.
There's nothing like that. It's
So do you want to talk? So do you want to?
Wait. Let me just, because you're not going to be as hard as I am. I'm going to be hard.
That's a lava.
That's a lava. That's a lava. But you know what I meant? That's a lava because that's fire. But she's going to be.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, you're going to be. Yeah, go tip. I'm not that, but I'm going to be more thing around.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not going to mask.
This is what one of my brothers was saying. Don't go on the show, bro.
Yeah, because he's going to ask you about Harry. He's going to ask you about Harry. But that means your brethren are Harry. Your brethren on Arian as well.
No, don't say that, bro.
No, but why would he say that?
Because
why would he say that?
What do you mean?
He's saying his brethren said don't go on the show because Bray's going to ask you about the Harry.
No, I
he's
didn't
just
say
like
that.
saying that it might
way you're going to try and
twist,
man.
it might make it sound funny. That's all.
Bro, remember, you're my brethren, you know.
I know.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, so I wouldn't even, like, them man there, that's not my thing. So I wouldn't even be dealing, you wouldn't be my brethren. I wouldn't even be calling you my brethren if I felt that. But I'm there for you to get your point across.
Do you understand?
Because you haven't
had the platform
that's
to
what I'm
explain.
saying.
Do you understand? Because there's other things.
That's why I'm saying I'm not gonna. That's why I'm saying I'm not gonna pussyfoot around.
So for people, because if you just said literally, it's something that's that's what do they call it? Defamation of character, isn't it? And at the end of the day, that's happened quite a long time ago, and if your name is being called in that up to yesterday, you definitely need to. Do you understand?
Do you know what it is, Green? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Charman? Do you know what it is as well? Real talk. What I'm trying to say, yeah. Because if that's what man know that you are, or man think,
we're the number one that don't rate those things anyway.
Cream,
do you understand what I'm saying?
Cream,
so
you're doing what I do. You're not letting me finish. But I'm saying, see, like, no, but I swear down. See, like, from you think man done that or man's been in jail for that, they're allowed to say whatever they want to say about that guy. Not like that, but we don't rate them guys, innit? So it's like you can't put it like, oh, my man's saying I done this
No,
or
but I
that.
can. Do you know why?
No, but this you just gotta explain.
No, do you know why I can?
It's
Do you
not
know why I
that.
can? Because I went jail for it.
Why it's not that?
And do you know
You get what I'm saying?
Do you know
You
why
gotta explain why it's
this
not
touches
that.
my heart? Because black man love to tear down black man. You see, do you know?
Once again, that whole black man. So the only time you hear black man is these kind of things. But what I'm saying is, black men, we have to have codes. Now, I don't know. All I know is this gentleman, he admitted to sexual assault, which he says he didn't do, and he has also admitted that he was actually a robber and he tried to rob a woman. And I'm saying is this the same man that left the white English man say he's more Jamaican? No. Yeah, this is the same show. The same show. So this is the same show where that activity happened. So, but on this show a few months back, this is the gentleman who went to jail many years ago for sexual assault, and either way, he admitted to robbery of a woman. But I'm saying that either or, both are pariah behaviors, right? Now, you don't get a sense of remorse or any kind of like, if anything, like that's the thing. You're gonna notice a lot of these guys. What's gonna happen is they're more concerned about how people perceive them or how other men perceive them, because they understand that if they're perceived as a pedophile or a rapist or a rapist, whatever the word is, then their life might be in danger, or they might not be able to get certain places, right? Or they might not be able to hang around with certain people. But really, what you want is, if you're this, what you do, you want to be rebuilding what you've destroyed, right? And I'm saying that it isn't up to women to care about the mindset of these kinds of men. Once someone is in a dangerous kind of mindset with repeated offense of a consistent nature, it's okay for you to send them away. It's okay for you to call any authority on them. They've become pariahs, right? And this is the best defense I can do, because it's not all women that's going to have older brothers or fathers who they like. No woman wants to start a war, over this kind of stuff. It's like I said, it's it is a tricky one, but a very simple one at the same token. If you harm women and children, then you're free from the community. That's what I'm pushing for anyway. But we have to discuss that. But this is a very important topic, and women can speak better, because men are not women. I mean, you got to understand that a woman has to engage with a man. So men are used to engaging with other men, and it's like, well, if it comes to a fight, it's a fight, right? But that's a very different dynamic for a woman. And the only way a man can relate to that is if a man is talking to a bear or a gorilla or something. It's like, this might be a bit of a problem, right? So I'm thinking that the best response for the sisters is to free them from any potential guilt they might feel about having to go to any kind of law and order to deal with this. That's a shame, because we do try to create a code where we don't want to have people in our business, and we understand that a minor offense you could ring and then a catastrophe happens. But now we're looking at extreme natures here, where men are attacking women in mass. They're trying to rob women. They're stalking women. They're threatening to rob them, wherever. Pariah behavior. That's what it is. So yeah, what's the time? Oh, amazing. So technically, guys, have I got any more stuff? Let me just see. That was now. I'm just going to see if I've got any more videos. I think I've got most of them out the way. Who's this? What's this one? Hold on. What? No. Then Sister Soldier, their own West. Who's this?
Since y'all love the word nigga,
this guy. I don't know if it's connected, but it's in my list of things to play. So maybe it was connected. Let's see.
The word nigga. I'm gonna use the word nigga. Y'all niggas are getting on my last nerve. Y'all niggas is getting on my last nerves. Y'all niggas irritate me. Y'all think the colonizers of our people are Caucasians. You think the colonizers look like Caucasians. No, they don't. No, they already did their work. They don't even have to think about us anymore the rest of their existence. They already created a system that works like a charm and that repairs and oils itself daily. They don't have to do anything else because you're already gone mentally. They sleep like a baby. The colonizer looks like you and it looks like me. Okay? The colonizer is our own people. Look, The music, just look at the music that comes from our community. The predominant music, the major music from our community is not gospel music, is not jazz, is not rock and roll, is not disco, is not soul music, is not R&B. The predominant major music in our community is rap. And what does rap sound like? It sounds like fucking death. And so they pay people that look like you and me to keep pushing this death frequency. These are the people that's our enemy. They don't give a fuck about you.
Forgiveness for the brother's language. He seems to be very passionate, and there's an angle I agree with in the sense of like I won't deliver it that way, but I would say that unfortunately the work has been done. So now, just like brother Muhammad Ali was saying, that the products we're making is highlighting these error-prone behavior. Same with the music, same with the movies, and this correlates with what we just saw. But brother did bring up another thing. Brother Dominic said. The reason I mentioned what's above is because Cream left the show completely. Yes. So basically, what it was is the show was watched. There was a sister on there, and she was pregnant at the time. And I guess it's correlates what we're saying. And she was like quite far pregnant. And what happened was there was a European man who said he was more Jamaican than her, and he was really revving her up. And then she was screaming and stuff. And then the co-host didn't really jump in. I think he actually co-signed the European man and was Karkan Kikiin. And then the sister said that unfortunately she had a child earlier than predicted because of the stress from that situation, to the point where that was the catalyst for her to go and leave and start her own show. And that's so obviously this is the later extreme. The bigger extremes is black men who are harming black women, like you're harming black women. And then there is slightly similar but different, much different, I guess, but it's in the same area where the black men are failing to protect black women on easy kind of ways. Like we saw those two Nigerian guys who went to America was laughing at a white man mocking a black woman. So this is all what I'm saying, and it's like that's why the intervention needs to come in. The conquered black men intervention. Now, some conquered black men are dangerous and far gone, and they are beyond approach, unfortunately, and they're black pariahs. And they cannot be protected, but there are still men who are yet to become that, if ever they are, but they are behaving in a way that isn't in the best interest of black people. So those are the men that we will have the intervention with. We'll start those talks, and we'll go, look, this is what black people need to rest. Now, like Brother Neely Fuller said in the first video, and this gentleman here, the system has created a scenario where we're just governing ourselves in chaos, and we're behaving in a way that doesn't work in our own best interest. So what is to be done about it? So to conclude, because I've hit that 1 hour mark. Look at that, 1 hour. And I will, so just for those who don't know, the format follows. I waffle for a good hour, and then I send the link out, and then people can either ask questions on certain things, which I will answer, or people can jump in and we can discuss certain things. Sometimes we have guests, it gets a bit passionate at times, sometimes. But we are always trying to find solutions. But to conclude, when should black women call the police on black men? I'm saying that if a black man is dangerous, they have shown a history of danger. They are showing that they're remorseless, and they're just in a path of destruction. They're not protecting women. They're not protecting children. They're harming women. They're harming children. Then they are free from the black community. They're free from the protection, and they become what we know as black pariahs. You see. And once you're a black pariah, then anything goes. You can, what I mean. Now some might disagree, some might agree, but I think what's important is to hear the voices of black women. And to be honest, it's quite a touchy subject. And sometimes we have done shows where we try to get black women to talk about very touchy subjects, and it takes time, and you have to, because some things they're not comfortable to talk about. You see, but. Let's just have to know that there is very good men, like that first guy who attacked the woman who bit her. There was hundreds of men who went to defend that woman in the place they lived, and they are pockets. The problem is that they're not like the face, or they're not really speaking out loud enough. But there is enough networking going on to make that the face of black men. You see. And that's why we have to have these shows where we're reaching out to constructive brothers. And also when we see brothers who are trying to be good, but they're actually unsynchronized. That I read out the message earlier, where the brother was, he was completely appreciative of European people, saying how much they love black people. And that is like the best thing of all time to them. I say, well, ask about reparations, because that will show the true mindset. And obviously he jumped into defense mode for the European, because that's what happens. We're collectively adequate and conquered, so it's like a default self-sabotage switch. Now, I give credit to the black woman. Most don't call the police and are actually loyal to black men. The problem is black men don't lead. Yeah, so Brother Dominic is important because this is what he's saying, and this is where we're at now. I think historically, let's just break it down, because people will hear this message and they think that, you know, maybe these guys are just very harsh or anti-black, if such a thing can happen within a black community, from a constructive person. That is. What is historically anti-black racists have called black people stupid, dumb, violent, useless, and all the words you can think of, right? So the conscious black community came with a strategy that was, we're going to say we're kings and queens, we're going to say we built pyramids, we're going to say we had empires, we're going to highlight all the things that black people invented and all the good deeds that black people did, and that will always be the response. And it was a good strategy, right? Good strategy. What's happened, that was the only strategy. And people have taken that kings and queens and then married out the community, or not really fully governed, protected women from the non-kings and queen behaviors. And then now it's just like a free-for-all. So now there has to be a discussion. Well, actually, black men are not conditioned to lead. You know, the single parent households need to address that. We need to have black males raising young males. Let them understand that, you know, when they get older, they could become a threat in so many ways if they don't check themselves. Also, mothers who raise daughters, they might raise them very tough and strict to cook for themselves, clean for themselves, and even look after their brothers. Well, the brothers are not raised to do anything like that, so they don't get that kind of guidance or training. And also, low self-esteem. We saw the gentleman who bit the lady in the shop. It wasn't a gentleman by this point, I guess. But by that point, he said, "Oh, you think you're better than me?" So already self-esteem plays in it. And it is unfortunate because a lot of black women understand that a lot of black men haven't had the right kind of guidance or socialing, and they could act in a way that's just devastating. But it's not your concern. I think you've done your part. I think it's now black men to lead, and how we have to lead is by marketing campaigns, and that is by having a conquered black man intervention. We have to talk to black men about the acceptance that collectively black men are inadequate. You see, collectively we don't value leading. This is inadequate behavior. I recommend when you go out there and you want to start a conversation, it's okay to highlight the truth, and that is, and that's what I said in the discussion to the brother in the comment section, where he went from trying to criticize me and chastise me to, well, let's collaborate, because I think I dropped the one. I said this, isn't it? White men conquered black men. Black men were conquered by white men. You see? Yeah. That's simple. Break that down. Yeah. And we haven't recovered from that conquered them, if that's even a word, right? Made up of it, right? We haven't recovered from being conquered. And that's a good conversation to have, because now, if that's a dialogue, when I'm pushing things forward, when other brothers and sisters are pushing things forward, we're going to get less pushback, because they've recognized that they're from a conquered people, and they've recognized they haven't actually healed, haven't recovered, and they recognize that collectively black people have no friends, none, not one. There's no friends, right? So this is the strategy I push forward, and to have that conversation, and to consistently promote Black Betterment, which is the lifestyle of black people, helping black people on black issues whenever is constructively possible. That's what this broadcast is about. The brother did say in the comment when he was going back and forth with me, what do you do? And what I'm trying to get, if I was to ever speak to people in as you probably see me when I debate, if anyone ever questions my credentials or whatever it is, I say, you're right, I am inadequate. Or maybe, you know, someone with your skill set could help me out, or maybe you could be dedicated so we can learn from you. So, because what happens is people try to make it a personal thing or a me against you thing. It isn't. It's about what can black people collectively do to improve. And how that correlates with women is it's no longer your responsibility to protect pariahs. And unfortunately, there's so many black men who don't do that, the opposite, meaning There's plenty of opportunities for black men to publicly defend black women, and so many miss the mark. Yes, there's some good ones. Of course, that's our people, right? But unfortunately, the balance isn't there, and black men are fully conquered. The ratio's too high. So the question is, what are we going to do about it? And sometimes harsh love is important, knowing that they are not protected. Knowing that if you do these things, you will not get our protection. These crimes are the point of no return. Many brothers and sisters listening to that, I hope that eases you some. I know some sisters might feel a way that they might, they might want to protect brothers because they understand the history, but they realize that the stress might be too much. Just like that, the guy we spoke about was beating up his woman. How many years should she tolerate that? But before she rings the police, I would say the first hit, you're gone. The first hit, you're gone. There should be no part two. But anyway, that's me. Now, family, I'm going to go. I've got some work to do. I'm not going to go for 2 hours unless someone jumps in and got a question, right? But we might come back to this because we might even try to invite some people to talk about this. And maybe we might even invite women because I think that's what it is. With the women thing, we might separate so the women talk, then we won't put men on because it might be triggering. I don't know. But like I said, this platform is done to have these tough conversations, and we invite any brother and sister in the internet land to jump on. It's a very peaceful, slow-paced place. It's not that popular viewing, so you're not going to get too many trolls at this point. And also you can jump on and you can also cover your screen. So good after the name. You can put some, Jane or something. But it's always good to hear your opinion. But I am very tired. I'm going to go. Unless anyone wants got anything to say. If not, I'm going to go do Leodo. I will leave. Cool. I'm going to see this make sure there's any things I have missed. Big up Patience. Big up Dominic. Big up On Code. Big up Leon. Big up Simon. Big up everyone who's in the house. And anyone who's going to listen in future times, big up. If you've got any questions, keep it in the actual comment section and let us know. If you want to have an interview or you want to have a one-on-one, you can always ask. We can always do it. If you need us to set up the stream to make it easier for you or whatever it is, let us know. Remember, this platform is for black people, not me. It's for black people. This is the contribution to black people, and it would be good if you guys have platforms do the same thing. Once a week, whatever it is, you have a platform dedicated for Black Betterment. I recommend it. That's what this is. This is not a show. It's a discussion. We will make shows from this discussion. It's very simple, straightforward. Click, click, click. You're on it. Not hard at all. So keep going, family. Big up everyone in the house. Until next week, Black Betterment to all Black Betterment. And remember, before I go, if you're a black person who helps black people, know you are important. And if you're a black person who doesn't, know you are loved by those who do. Have a good one. Until next week, Black Betterment to all Black Betterment. Goodbye. End the stream. Ta-da, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.